The trade desk fired its chief financial officer, its chief marketing officer, and its commercial chief, all in the very same press release where it cut guidance. The stock lost about 29%. Woof! It is Snowball, and these are the biggest filings and earnings of the week. The trade desk helps advertisers buy ads across the internet, and for years it was the one that always beat. Not tonight. Revenue came in at $715 million, growth of 3%. 3! For a company priced like a grower. Then came the guide. Next quarter, expect at least $650 million. Wall Street sat near 805. That is not a trim, that is revenue going backwards. And buried in the same release, the finance chief, the marketing chief, and the head of commercial all out the door. Third finance chief in a single year. Woof! Shares fell 7% in the session and another 24 after the bell. A guide down alone is a soft quarter. A guide down plus a management purge on the same page is something structural. Now, the tape all of this landed on, and here is the strange part. Basically, nothing happened. The S&P 500 slipped 0.18%. The Nasdaq barely moved. The fear index actually fell down to 15. Underneath, chaos. 29 companies worth over $10 billion moved more than 8% today, and 3 moved more than 20 after the bell. What moved the indexes was the bond market. Yields backed up, and that is what punishes the rate-sensitive Dow, which fell 0.8% and ended a record run at its low. Quick rewind, because this whole week was loud. Tuesday, Electronic Arts stopped existing as a public company, taken private at $210 a share, about $55 billion, the biggest buyout of its kind ever done. Also Tuesday, Palantir closed up 29%. Monday, Atkore jumped 28 because an Italian cable maker bought it. Wednesday, Shopify added 17. Now the other direction, and this one is bananas. Doximity, picture LinkedIn except only for doctors, reported after the bell and went up 72%. Here is the quarter that did it. Revenue of $156 million, growth of 7%. And it missed by a penny on earnings. 7% growth, and earnings miss, and the stock nearly doubles overnight. So what gives? Guidance came in well ahead, and management spent the whole call on artificial intelligence. But the honest answer is where this stock had already been. Doximity traded at $76 inside the past year. It closed today at $20. That is not a reaction to a 7% quarter. That is a company left for dead, repriced in one evening. Story 3 has the name you actually recognize. Honeywell Aerospace. This one only started trading on its own on the 29th of June, 5 weeks ago. Tonight, it reported its first quarter ever as an independent business and fell 23%. The quarter was fine, sales up 5%, order backlog up 9%. The forecast broke it. Growth for this year was cut to 4 to 5%, down from 7 to 9, with the profit outlook cut alongside it, 5 weeks after the ribbon cutting. The chief executive said it was prudent to align guidance to what the supply chain has demonstrated it can do. Translation, we promised more than our suppliers can build. Last one, and it is the happy story. Atlassian, the company behind Jira, where your work tickets go to live forever, jumped 31% after hours. Revenue up 28, cloud up 31, a real profit instead of an adjusted one, and next year guided above the street. And it had company. Cloudflare up 16, Twilio up 16, Akamai up 13 on a $600 million cloud deal for robotics. Airbnb up 9. A very good night to be a software company, unless you sold advertising. So what is next? Tomorrow morning, Take Two Interactive reports, the Grand Theft Auto people. But the real one is Saturday. Berkshire Hathaway files Saturday morning, and the share count hints Warren Buffett's company may have bought back as much as $11 billion of its own stock last quarter, the most it has ever done. May have. We find out at 7 a.m. Central. Also on the board, California's utility regulator votes on Charter's $34 billion cable deal next Thursday. Here is the through line for the entire week. Almost nobody got paid for the quarter they just had. They got paid, or punished, for the number they promised next. Datadog raised guidance and fell 19%. Peloton posted the first annual profit in its history and fell 16%. I am Snowball. Subscribe and I will see you next Thursday.